One of my favorite things about China is that they don't try to one-size-fits-all their problems. Contrary to what people might think, China actually cares a lot about climate change. And you might be thinking, Beijing still has 500 PM days. Are you kidding? This is a consequence of becoming the world's factory. But ever since China became relevant, they've been trying to clean up their act. And not only are they doing it fast, they're doing it smart. The biggest issue with electric vehicles in the United States is that people treat it like it's the solution to climate change. Especially companies like Tesla, who are like, if everyone were to just drive a Tesla, climate change is solved. As long as we keep designing our cities like this, electric vehicles aren't going to solve the problem. That's like trying to get an A in a class in high school by doing all the homework and still failing all the tests. You're going to end up with an F, or maybe a D, but a D in climate change is not solving anything. China has a completely different approach to this situation. 100% cars makes no sense, which is why China puts their effort into all types of transportation, especially public transportation, and electric public transportation at that. BYD, another electric vehicle manufacturer, makes electric buses which service all of Shenzhen, as well as the taxis that service the entire city. They also have an extensive subway system that services the entire city all the way out to the very edges. And then their high-speed train network connects all the cities to each other. For China, public transportation is the first priority, not a second thought where it's like, oh, maybe also we could connect all of these cities via, I don't know, build another freeway? The streets are also lined with bike and walking paths to make sure that every mode of transport is supported and supported well. Every mode of transport, including cars. This is why electric vehicles are doing so well in China. They have their place in the transportation market, and the companies know their place. They have the support of the government as a piece of the climate change solving puzzle. But they're not trying to be treated as a cure-all. While Tesla is busy boring holes in the ground and trying to make extra lanes underground, NIO is building battery swap stations to make using their electric vehicles much more convenient. This is exactly why people in China love the idea of battery swap, and in the United States they think it will never work. Because it's so much harder to work in a place that's designed around cars. If you were to try to put battery swap stations in the US, figuring out where people are going to be able to use them conveniently, but also not have too few people to the point where it's completely unprofitable, is impossible. The roads go everywhere because everyone needs to be able to get everywhere. But in a situation like China, where everyone has all the other public transportation options, the roads are designed in a way that makes it so cars are concentrated in the areas that are designed for cars, and that's why they put battery swap stations in those areas. Tesla had no choice. They had to go for superchargers. And at first it seems pretty convenient. It's like a gas station. You go in there and it doesn't take that long. But in reality, 20 minutes to charge your car halfway. Yeah, that's pretty decent. But if you want 100% charge, that's 75 minutes. Who's gonna wait 75 minutes at a station waiting for their car to charge up all the way? When you could have 5 minutes to a full charge with a battery swap. If battery swap is an option, everyone would love that. So, now I'm even more into NIO than I was before. So I decided to check out the NIO House that they have at the Ping An Mall. Small-time hermits hide in the Hunan cuisine. Turns out the Ping An Tower is actually the 4th tallest building in the world, and I didn't even know until I wrote this script. So these NIO houses are way more of an incentive in China than I initially thought. Not only does it provide the same feeling of exclusivity that people get from going to like Starbucks Reserve and Haagen-Dazs, but it also acts as like a quality daycare center for parents to bring their children, or even just a place for people to go hang out with their families. Before making this video, I didn't actually know about these NIO houses, so I just thought it was a place that NIO provided, kind of like an Apple store, but a NIO store, and I just walked in behind someone. They were so unbelievably friendly, and even gave me their manager's phone number so that they could help me get permission to come back and film there. They even invited me to their English Corner event on Tuesday, where NIO owners are going to practice their English and share their experiences. If you're at all curious how that goes, well, this is YouTube. You know what to do.
Subscribe!
This place actually felt like a community. A guy came in behind us while we were talking, and the barista greeted him and said, "Come on over here and I'll make you a coffee." It felt like they were friends. Speaking of coffee, the two most explodey business sectors in China right now seem to be electric vehicles and quality coffee. This mall alone is flooded with coffee, 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 coffee. This place even had a Starbucks and a Starbucks Reserve, and another Starbucks Reserve. Some of them are even doing promotion cooperations between the two sectors. But even with all of this new competition, Luckin Coffee still seems to be out of the line of direct competition. While Manor, Arabica, M Coffee, Starbucks Reserve, Seesaw, X Coffee, and countless other small shops are all competing for the same market of high-end coffee shop, Luckin is still doing a great job of quietly grabbing the market share from various angles. Popular coffee drinks, introducing new people to coffee, and offering quality for cheap. Imagine how much money these coffee shops pay to be at a fancy mall at the 4th tallest building in the world. And then there's Luckin. This pickup Luckin is in the basement, near the entrance to the subway. As streams of people walk by, Luckin gets the same crowd of people, yet imagine the difference in rent cost. And again, they put all of that saved money into the quality of their coffee. Grab anyone, including myself, who appreciates coffee, and I bet they'd be hard-pressed to determine a Luckin latte from a Manor latte. Unless, of course, they could see that the Luckin was bigger for less money. This is not to say that Manor doesn't have its place. They do have good coffee, and I buy their beans to brew at home since Luckin doesn't sell beans. But while all of these high-end brands are competing for business, Luckin is grabbing them as they get off the subway. So as usual, I got a drink that I'd never tried before from a location I'd never been to before. Their new oat milk latte. Again, Luckin managed to provide an interesting and new take on a familiar coffee preparation. The drink really had a strong oat flavor, but just like the coconut one, not too overpowering. My girlfriend thought it was great.
I like it. Not sweet. Very good. Very good. Not sweet.
We asked the couple next to us why they chose Luckin over all the other places in the mall, and they said, it's cheaper than Starbucks, and it was convenient. So far, that's been every person that I've asked's answer. Cheaper than Starbucks. We also asked if they enjoyed it, and they said, oh yeah, this is not our first time. So today, I've yet again managed to increase my confidence in both NIO and Luckin. In a market with extremely heavy competition, they've both managed to carve out a section where they seem to be just doing it right. They know their audience, and they know what potential new customers are looking for. And they definitely have my support. And now, I'm looking forward to this NIO House English Corner on Tuesday. Stay tuned for that video. Should be fun.